What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 5 different stocks today. 6 different stocks, I'm sorry. We're going to talk about DENTALKART for Babu, MicroStrategy and PayPal for Navi, CORZZ and CORZW for Jonas the Brother, and BA for an anonymous requester. They want to be anonymous, right? Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I very much do appreciate you all for being here. Let's get started. Let's not dilly the dally any longer, and look at some charts here. So looking at not MicroStrategy, I'm sorry, I pulled up the wrong one. DENTALKART. It does look like you're moving down a little bit, yes, on your daily RSI. Oh, you could have found your low. That might, and you're kind of in that area. It might make sense. Let's see. It wouldn't be crazy. It wouldn't be crazy if you found your low, but it wouldn't be crazy if you went a little bit lower either. Holding your low right here would actually be a really bullish look, but if you go lower or if you just move sideways, that's, and interact with this line, that's not bad. You look good. You look like you're in upward movement overall, but downward movement for the time being. I like the bounce off the 50. That is nice. That's definitely nice. Let's see if this week can close green. That'd be a nice look. From an all-time high, that's not the high, to the low. That would put you at, okay. Yeah, maybe you go down to 541. You could go down to 541. If not, if you can break above $580.70, if you can break above there, then I would be somewhat convinced that this is your low, right? Multiple days closing above that 618 would be nice. If not, that's okay, just a little bit lower, and then we can talk about you moving up from a low point here to a high point, relatively speaking. That's not your low. You tipped your 618. Ooh, it's a nice reaction. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe you are moving higher. Maybe that is your low. Scratching my head on it. Either way, if you move lower or whatever, it's going to be by a little bit. Inevitably, I do think you're moving higher. Where are you going to go? What's your next target? Well, let's just look at this here. Relative high to low here. You did not hit your 1272. Relative high to low here. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You broke into your expected zone. Nice. That might not have been a fair fib to go off of, but whatever. High to low here. I would think that your next target area would be 731 to 790, whatever the currency would be on the NSC stock exchange. So moving up, looking like you're moving up. You might move down a little bit first, but up overall. So new all-time highs are at play here, right? And if you're moving up to these target areas, it wouldn't be crazy if you found resistance at 731. It's a 1272 extension and your current all-time high. But if you do move up to these areas, I could only, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm drawing a blank here, but I would believe that you could genuinely move up to $860 to $1,057, somewhere in that range. That might be where you go next. You might see some explosive price action soon enough, but you need to close a day, a multiple day period or a week period above 681 and 80 cents, or whatever the currency is for this, 681.80. You need to close above there to convince me that you will see new all-time highs. Until then, I do think you're moving higher. The expected area would be your all-time highs or higher, but really you need to close above that 680 area. So hit the like button, or sorry, oh my God, man. It's the end of the night for me. Don't hit the like button, or do hit the like button. It's not the end of the video. It's just the end of that section of the stock. Let's see, of this analysis, not of the stock, man. I am really speaking well. From a high to a low, MicroStrategy, looking so bullish, guys. It's just a matter of time. Any given day, any given month now, 2400, 5400, it's on the target, it's on the brain, it's on the horizon. After the split, that'll just be, a 10 to 1 difference. So instead of $2,400, it'll be $240. Instead of $5,400, it'll be $540. But absolutely, your next target is this 1272, 1414, 1618 area. I think it's going to be glorious, man. It's going to happen any day, any week now. You're looking good, looking really, really good on the weekly, on the monthly, on the daily. It's all looking good. So up, up, up is all I got to say. If you move down from here, it's going to be insignificant to where you move up. I don't think you'll fill this gap. I absolutely don't. I said that back here. I'm saying it now. Down, right? Maybe, and then up, or maybe a little bit down and then up. It's going to be minute and minuscule compared to that. I think I said you weren't going to fill that gap. Maybe I did say you're going to fill the gap. I don't know. If I did, I'm not trying to lie. Okay, I might have. If anybody remembers my last MicroStrategy video, that's not me trying to say I'm right. I'm just trying. Well, what I'm trying to say right now is whether I was right or wrong about that, because I really don't care, man. I promise you, I'm not trying to spin it that way. I don't think you're going to fill this gap right now. I definitely don't. If I did think it back here, okay, maybe I did. I really don't remember, but I don't think you're going to fill it now. So all that to say, if you move down, it's going to be insignificant compared to how high you go. And that's MicroStrategy. PayPal is the next one. PayPal Holdings. Let's look at this thing on a monthly real quick. I think PayPal's in the shitter, right? Like it's in the doghouse. It's not looking good. Oh yeah, man. It's a nice bounce off your 618. It's a nice rejection off your 382. I'm calling for lower prices, and with that, you're probably going to see extended areas, PayPal, new all-time lows, right? Isn't that what that would be? No, it's not a new all-time lows. My bad. It's not, but inevitably, probably, you're working your way down. 59.71. I would think with the way this looks right now, you are going to interact with this 57.24 area to 55.85 area. Likely, you will go below it, and your next area to find support would be $54 to $52. If you don't hold support there, we're looking at $45.80 to $40.70. So hold support here or don't, and then you're going down. And that would probably take place over the coming months. Probably by the end of this year, we would be in this area if things happen the way I'm thinking it's going to. I don't like the weekly RSI. I don't like the daily RSI. I don't like the price action. PayPal's going down. And it makes sense, man. Like, think about it like this, right? PayPal is a payment processing platform. It's a facilitation of payment processing, right? We right now potentially have a presidential candidate, Trump, and vice presidential candidate, J.D. Vance, who are very crypto-friendly. We're about to see the most crypto-friendly campaign in the history that cryptos existed in the United States, right? Like, or in the world, but in the United States, the most crypto-friendly candidacy that's ever been, right? If crypto's a money processing payment platform as well, right? If crypto, and it's largely decentralized, a lot of it is centralized, but there's I say largely decentralized. I mean, there are decentralized pockets. There are a lot of things that claim to be decentralized, and they are centralized, but whatever. It's going to take over. It's the new thing. It's new technology. I mean, PayPal could implement crypto. Maybe they do. Maybe they have already. I don't know, but PayPal might be less and less relevant. Things like Venmo, things like Cash App, they're a fad. They're fun right now, but there's going to be less of a need for it whenever people are their own custodians. They don't need these custodial platforms to do transactions with. Crypto is going to bring that about. So I just think, being that ETFs have been approved for Bitcoin this year, being that we have institutional on-ramps, being that we have potentially the most crypto-friendly people that could be in the White House, being the front runners for the potential like victory of this election, it might make sense that PayPal just becomes irrelevant as time goes on. Like, honestly, it had its place in history, and thank you for your service, but I think it's dead, man. I think it's dead in the water. But who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe they implement some stuff. Maybe they get with the times. Just because new technology is coming about does not mean that you can't get with the program, but certainly does not look good now. I could be wrong in my theories. There could be a lot of reasons why PayPal's moving down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to pretend like this is the golden reason why. I know the answers. That's not. It's just a theory. It's just a theory. It doesn't have to be right. Anyways, that's PayPal. Hit the like button for my crazy theories. Anyways, CORZZ Scientific. Moving on up. Very new. I don't know it's tranche 2, right? And you said that CORZZ went bankrupt, so you got these. I don't know anything about it, but it looks very much the same as CORZZ. I don't know if I like the daily RSI. I don't like the volume. You're probably going to move down soon. Okay, low to high here. If you move up higher, cool, but it won't be by much. I think you stand to lose a lot more than you stand to gain, personally. So, and you tipped like your 1618 area. You couldn't even actually get there. I have a feeling yeah, I really do think that you're going to move down to $7 or $5, and likely $5 is your next target. Probably all the way back down to your 618, 6.9, previous areas that you found resistance over here. Inevitably 284. It won't happen this fast. I mean, it could, but likely it takes time. This is something that will take like over a year to do. It's probably not going to be exciting for the time being. That's my thoughts on CORZZ. What about CORZW? It looks the exact same, so it's going to get the exact same analysis. Bearish divergence absolutely on the daily. Volume is increasing relatively speaking, but technically it's died off a little bit. I would assume if CORZZ and CORZZ looks bad, I would think this one also dumps off. I would assume they look very similar as far as charts go. If we throw a correlation coefficient on here, CORZZ, right? Very correlated. What's bad for one is bad for the other, right? They're like the same chart. So, and maybe they're not, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Going down, probably going down. Where's it going to go to, right? That might be your question. Where? How low? Probably down to 296 to $1.76. Is that why? Is this thing just, is that the difference? No, they're like very similar actually in percentage. I think this one would drop more technically percentage-wise, right? I think so. This one would drop less technically, but anyways, down is what I think for both of them. Not looking good at all. They're probably near their highs. If they're not at their highs, they have a little bit more to go, but it's not looking good in my opinion. BA, Boeing company. I was like, why does BA sound familiar? I haven't looked at Boeing in so long, man. I remember I have a friend, a very close person in my life who I love very much, and you know, I'd been doing TA at this point. It was like literally, actually, it was like somewhere in like November. It was at the end of 2019. I remember I'd been doing TA at that point for a little over 2 years, right? A little bit over 2 years, and or maybe like 2.5 years. Anyways, not the point. The point is he was telling me to buy Boeing, and I was like, dude, he was saying that his family member, who's like a really smart person in his family, was saying that it's a good stock to buy, and I'm like, I'm telling you, man, it's never a good time to buy at your all-time highs, and you're in your all-time high area. And literally as the months went on, it crashed, and I was telling him, like, I do TA, I'm new at it, kind of, you know, I don't know everything, but I think it's going to go down. I didn't know it would go down that much, of course, but that was like the last time. That's like the last time that I really looked at Boeing was around this time of the drop. I guess it's a little backstory there. And I think I got lucky because, again, I was new to TA. The main thing that I was just saying is it's never a good idea to buy near all-time highs. I certainly wasn't calling for a move like this. I'm not trying to play it like I'm right, because who cares? I'm just more trying to play it like even at a fundamental, like, basic amateur, which I was an amateur at this point in time, still learning every single day. It's never good to buy at all-time highs, right? For that exact reason. It never is, because you never know. You never know. And it came back a little bit, and then but it wasn't doing this, right? After a long rally like this, it's just never good to buy at all-time highs. And of course here, if you buy it here, that's at all-time highs, and it would have done you well. But if you waited, you could have inevitably bought back in these areas. I don't know, and then you would have bought at this same zone, but technically it would have been safer. This is a much safer bet than this was, and it inevitably played out well. The RSI looked better, whatever, but I'm getting all caught up here, man. I'm reminiscing too hard. Let's finish this video and be done with it. On a weekly basis, your weekly RSI does look good. I like the way it looks. On a daily basis, your daily RSI is very neutral, but with a bullish tilt, I would say. Yeah, I think this thing wants to move up higher. I think so. Let's look at it. Let's see here. Warren Buffett sold all of his stock, right? I wonder if he got back into it. High to low. I hear all these negative things about Boeing, right? Like in the media, and I'm aware of everything that's going on with like the mishaps of their like quality checks and just like technical failures that they have with the actual aircrafts and stuff like that, right? Like there's definitely some things going on like that. When you hear that in the media, it's probably a perfect time to buy some Boeing, man. Honestly, probably a perfect time to buy. Because this has all been happening this year, right? A lot of this stuff. and it's actually at a really good price to buy, in my opinion. This actually looks really, really good, bouncing off your 382. I would expect the next move up would take you above your 618. Literally, would take you to probably $315 to $371, probably up in that zone. You're at 186. This will take time. This could be by the end of like 2025. It might even bleed into 2026 itself. It could take a very long time. Perhaps it goes into 2027, 2028. But over time, I think that's what you're doing. I think consistently for a long-term hold, it is going to move up. I thought Boeing did dividends. Oh, they did dividends until Warren Buffett sold out. Oh my goodness, that was the main reason he bought too. That was the main reason he bought. Wow. Because his buddy was like, or his family member was like, it gives you dividends and it goes up over a long. Oh, dude, that sucks. That sucks, man. Anyways, maybe they'll do dividends again, but they need to get their stuff together first, right? For a daily, for a more relative time frame, I do think you're moving up. If we look at this thing for what it is, let's see, high to low. Probably look for a 220 to 228 area. You're at 186 now. Decent gains in a short amount of time. I like it. I like Boeing. I think it looks like it's going to move up. Yeah. So that's all I got, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.